What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy TruckerNamedJay checking in. Got the robe on today. Yeah. Um, got a couple of videos I want to make, and it been weighing heavy on me today. Not all day, but like in the last 2-3 hours. Well, one I was thinking about all day. One recently I just came into, so I'm gonna do the one I've been thinking about all day first. Okay. So I don't know if I have. Oh yeah, so I did a video. Um, I want to say last week or whenever this video is uploaded, it'll probably be a week ago that I did the video talking about um, how I was looking to move away from being regional with this company and moving more towards a OTR contract. Okay, what I meant by that is regional, and I guess it's best to explain when it comes to the port, as far as hauling containers out of Norfolk, Virginia. I guess it's best to explain the different definitions of local, regional, and OTR from a port perspective, because some of you may have a different perspective from those local, regional OTR titles from being an OTR driver or being a regional driver, as far as with a bigger, I'm not gonna say bigger company, but with like dry van and refrigerator freight, general freight, I guess is the best way to put that. So when you talk about local in the port, you're talking about what I was doing at HUD. What I was doing at HUD was moving inside of a 100-mile radius. The farthest I would go would probably be about 30 miles one way and back. But majority of the movement was about 10, 15 miles one way, 10, 15 miles back. That's considered local in the port, as far as the port lingo. When you go and you talk to, as far as in the Virginia port is concerned in Hampton Roads area, when you say local to these companies, that is what they perceive that to mean. When it comes to regional, what they perceive that to mean is you're going out just far enough to be able to turn around and make it back to the Hampton Roads area in that day. Meaning, an 11-hour drive shift, you can drive to your receiver, get unloaded, hopefully in a good amount of time, and make it back. So, living in Virginia, that's majority. Other parts of Virginia, that's majority. North Carolina, that's majority. Your Delawares and your Marylands. Those are probably the only four states that you're gonna go to that you can drive there and make it back within an 11-hour drive shift. That's considered regional. Now, to the OTR regional general freight companies, they may still consider that local because we're home every day. So there might be the difference in where people might get the two confused. Okay, OTR is when you are driving anything pretty much over 5 hours. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours one way to get to the shipper or receiver. Therefore, you will not have enough time to make it back to the port or your house that specific day. So then you have to do a 10-hour break in the truck. That is what OTR is considered in the port. And I kind of just wanted to break that down for some people, because I think people are confused when I say that I want to switch from regional with my company to OTR with my company, and they're thinking, oh, you want to go out there for, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks at a time and, be away from your family. I thought you said you didn't want to do that. And I have to I want to break it down just to, I guess, educate people and let them know, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. What I am trying to do is set up a situation like I had at Great Wide, where I would go out 9, 10, 11 hours one way, spend the night at the ship or the receiver, get unloaded, and go back the next day, come home, and doing 2 to 3 long distance OTR runs a week, which is why I was able to make the money I was making at Great Wide. The reason I prefer that is just because, one, is more money, obviously. Two, you're not having to go into the port as much. The less times you have to go into the port, the less headache that you have to deal with, okay? As a local port driver, you're trying to get in and out of that port at least 4 to 5 times to make decent money. The more times you got to go in your VIGs, your PMTs, or your NITs, you're just going to be dealing with more wait times. So I can't even say that word. Cumulatively, boy, I'm raping that word. You may spend 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours in the port, whereas as a OTR port driver, you're only going in the port. Okay, so boom, let's say you start the day Monday. You deliver. Your load already been pulled for last week. Let's just say hypothetically, you've already pulled it for last week. So you get unloaded Monday morning. You drive home Monday night. You sleep in your bed. Tuesday, you're going into the port. Boom. Tuesday, you're driving out to wherever you're going. Shipper or receiver. You spend the night in the truck. Wednesday, you're driving back from your shipper and your receiver, and you spend the night at. I messed up. Reverse. Sunday, because you're going to leave out Sundays to make it to your receiver and your shipper on time for Monday morning. So Sunday, you're leaving out. Sunday night, you're spending it at the shipper, the receiver. Monday at your house. Tuesday morning, you wake up, you go into the port. And then the same thing for Wednesday. Tuesday, you're leaving out. You're going to get there, spend 10 hours at the shipper receiver. Wednesday, you're waking up at your shipper receiver, and you're driving home. Thursday, you wake up in your bed, you go into the port. So you're only really going to the port 2 or 3 times a week when you're doing OTR runs. If you can't make it back by Friday, which a lot of times you're not going to, then Saturday morning you just get up and you do, your off-duty yard move, run in the port Saturday morning real quick, get your load for Monday, boom, you're done. And you can do all that off-duty. A lot of places have, I guess, I don't want to say policies, but it's like you don't have to go on duty to do that because it's like a yard move. You know what I mean? You're not going nowhere far. You're just moving one trailer your one container to another place to another. So they call it a yard move, or if you don't have the yard move on your e-log or whatever, you can put it in as personal conveyance, and the company will not penalize you for that. Okay, so that's just how that works. So as far as money goes, of course, you're going to make more doing OTR. You're going to make the middle doing regional. You're going to make less doing local. As a local port driver, I don't care how many years experience you got. And this is as a company driver, of course. So we're not speaking on owner-operators. But you're probably going to do between $800 and, let's just say, $1,200. $800 to $1,200 a week, and $1,200 is high. The average would probably be about $1,000 a week, and I'm going to talk about that in another video about that $1,000 a week. Regional, which is the second one, you'll probably do, I would say, probably $1,000 to, let's say, $1,400 a week. $1,000 is a bad week, but more likely you'll be doing closer to $1,200 to $1,400 as a regional port driver. Of course, if I'm saying anything incorrectly, any port driver, please feel free, whether you're in Virginia, North Carolina, New Jersey, wherever there's a port, if the pay is different, if the pay structure is different, please correct me in the comments, because this video is strictly for educational purposes. This isn't to be a smart ass. This isn't to troll or nothing like that. This is strictly to educate people on different positions in the port. So, yeah, $1,200 to $1,400 as a regional driver. OTR, $1,200 is a very bad week. Majority of the times, you're going to be looking at $1,400 to, I say, $1,700 a week is what that average would be. If you want to know the average, I would say $1,500 a week as a OTR port driver. So when you hear me say that I really don't know if I like this regional, I want to be OTR, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm willing to sacrifice a few nights at home a week to make more money and still spend because at the end of the day, when you compare it to the what the general freight companies, because to what I've been informed is that containers and the port is specialized freight. Okay, this is what I've been told. Again, if I'm incorrect, someone will correct me in the comments. So with general freight carriers like dry van and refrigerated, or even some flatbed companies, what people are accustomed to when they hear regional is 5.5 days out, 34-hour reset at the house on the weekend. When you hear OTR, you're thinking 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks out at a time, home for 2, 3, 4, 5 days at a time. So I think that's, again, where I think a lot of confusion comes in when I speak on it on my videos. And maybe it's not. Maybe, people understand. But I just wanted to make this video, again, if nothing else, just to educate. If you are coming into the port and you want to kind of figure out what your lane is, hopefully this breaks it down so that you can make the best decision for you and your family to find that balance of money and being home. But at the end of the day, there's no reason, if you have a port within a 100-mile radius of you or 200-mile radius of you, that you should not be able to be home more and make decent amount of money. I don't know why more port drivers don't speak up on YouTube or on public platforms, but it's money to be made out here. It's a lot of stuff that goes along with it, but that's every part of the industry that is trucking. You know what I mean? But the balance of home time and money that can be made, I don't see how you can beat it. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? But that's my opinion. That's my humble opinion. If you want to make a response video, you want to make a comment, by all means. It's all about educating the people, letting them know the different type of, everybody knows about reefer. Everybody knows about flatbed. Everybody knows about dry van. Putting out this specialized freight information out there is what I think will really help people and let them start seeing the difference in being local or regional and home more, and still being able to make the money that they don't think they can make, that they only think they can make OTR. Because a lot of times what I'm noticing is, and I'm not going to drag this out, but when you see the OTR versus local debate, it's mainly looks like general freight. That's what I'm noticing. It's an OTR driver who's pulling refrigerated or dry van versus a local driver who is pulling dry van or refrigerated, and it's nothing specialized. It's just general freight. And of course, general freight is going to be paid lower than specialized. That's what I've been educated on. Now I'm passing that information on to you. You feel what I'm saying? So I think if you start looking into the specialized, whether you want to haul fuel or you want to, look into containers or whatever it is, specialized in your area, log hauling, whatever, chicken farm, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You may have better luck with doing something like that, being home more, and still making good, if not more money than you would as a company OTR driver. That's a company OTR driver. It's got to be specific. So, as always, stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. God Family Trucking, I am gone.